You've made 3 changes for the second and third rounds of the World Series. Is that injury enforced?
Well, Will Thomas obviously broke his jaw in the Gold Coast, so he's out for another couple of weeks yet. So Ashley Evans has come in to replace him in the centre spot. Ashley played in the 20s last year and played really well, and he's trained with us the last couple of weeks, so he deserves to have a go and come out to these tournaments with us. Obviously Alex Webber then is injured as well, so he's gone up until Christmas off, I believe. So Luke Morgan has been part of our core group all year, been training really well, and had a good week last week in training, so Luke's been selected there. And then Jason Harris comes back in for Yolo, because Yolo got injured, he broke his hand, and he managed to be part of camp, and maybe it's a little bit a week maybe too early for Yolo. So then Jason Harris, who's trained really well over the last couple of weeks too, has thoroughly deserved his selection as well.
It must be quite pleasing from a coaching perspective, though, that you can bring in 2 players like Jason Harris, who's obviously played quite a lot, and Luke Morgan, who's also played quite a bit on the Sevens circuit.
Yeah, definitely. Jason was unlucky to miss out probably on the Gold Coast trip. He's experienced sevens player now. Obviously, he's part of the Hong Kong squad last year. Played really well out in Hong Kong, and it just shows him competitive places again, and really, especially up front. So, but no, Jason thoroughly deserves to be in there. As I said, he's capable of performing really well, and he's looking forward to seeing how he performs out in Dubai. Luke Morgan played last year for us as well. He's part of the squad. Played in Wellington. To be fair to Luke, he's worked really hard. He's got over a few injuries. He's played a couple of games for Bajen this year, and he's on an upward spiral really. And again, he's played before, although probably hasn't had a lot of experience on the international circuit. But he's an exciting prospect. He's really quick, good on his feet, and works really hard. So hopefully he can do himself justice over the next couple of weeks.
To the uninitiated, if you look at the draw for Dubai, some might think it's quite an easy draw, but no doubt you won't say that.
No, there's no such thing anymore. Spain, Scotland, Australia. People who don't know anything about it would perceive it to be an easier group, but we haven't beaten Spain or Scotland over the last couple of years. That's before we even play Australia. So it's a tricky group in the sense that everybody within that group will feel that they've got an opportunity to progress to the quarter-finals. So we've got to be performing to our best every game, in order to get through. And that's the thing. Is those first 2 games are massive. Points difference, everything's going to come into it, because when sides are capable of beating each other, you can miss out on qualification by a points difference. So every game is massive, as we always say, but I see it as a difficult group, without a shadow of a doubt.
So the fact that you are maybe expected to win that group, does that place any extra pressure on you as a group?
We've talked about this as a group. We've got an opportunity as equally as everybody else in our group has. It's a mental state of mind going into these first 2 games, that we've got to be completely on top of our game. We've got to play as we do against when we play against Fiji and sides like that. We've got to show Scotland and Spain full respect, because as I said, we haven't beaten them in 2 years. So we can't perceive any perception as an easy group whatsoever. It's a difficult group for us against 3 very difficult sides who we find it hard at times to play against.
So there's no rest for you guys. As soon as Dubai's over, it's off to South Africa.
Yeah, that's the nature. The Gold Coast was a one-off because of the structure of the IRB series at the moment. So yeah, Dubai first, and then we got a bit of I think we got an extra day in Dubai, where normally we sort of fly out 5-6 o'clock in the morning, but it's been structured better this year. So we got an extra day in Dubai. So we get into Port Elizabeth on a Monday rather than a Sunday. But Port Elizabeth is a Saturday tournament this year as well. So we got a few days recovery for the boys before we back into training and preparing for whoever we draw then in the Port Elizabeth weekend.
Paul, all the best.
That'd be great.